Useful phrasal verbs to improve your English. Today we'll learn words related to business. Pouring in. To come in large numbers. Calls to complain about our new advertisement have been pouring in. Customers have been pouring in to our stores asking why the latest product still isn't back on the shelves. Weigh in, to give an opinion. I'd like you to weigh in here, please, Sarah. Well, I think the product shouldn't have this feature, it's unnecessary. I'd like to weigh in here, please, if that's all right. The market is too volatile right now. I don't think it would be wise to test it out right now. Died down, to decrease. Once the promotion ended, demand for our product died down. Calls for the CEO to resign died down after she made her public apology. Count on, to depend, rely on. I'll hand you over to Angela. You can count on her to make sure the project is finished before the deadline. Mark, can I count on you to make the pitch at the next investment meeting? Agree with, to have the same views or opinions. The head of HR agrees with me that this policy should be company-wide. I agree with Karen. I think the product release should go ahead as scheduled. Hammer out, be in negotiations and discussions for a long time. It took 3 weeks of hammering out the details, but the lawsuit is finally finished. The heads of departments are still in the meeting room hammering out the details of the budget. Reach out, tried to contact. I've reached out to the head of marketing, but she hasn't returned my calls or emails. A new client has reached out to me and I've arranged an introductory meeting for tomorrow afternoon. Reach out can also mean to extend or to stretch your arms. Live up to, meet or reach the requirements. The idea was great, but the prototype didn't live up to our expectations. I personally thought that the presentation was perfect from start to finish, but I heard that it didn't live up to the head office's standards. Ruled out, eliminated, no possibility. The manager has ruled out taking the product off the shelves. The HR department has ruled out any leave of absence from March to May with no exceptions. Catch up, to come together, to meet. I'm late for a meeting with finance. Let's catch up when I return. I'll be back in about 2 hours. Kevin, I need to catch up with you at some point today. Your probation is almost over, and Kerry wants to make your position permanent. Catch up has a second meaning, similar to number one. However, a catch up with a very good friend is less about the formality of having met. It's about reconnecting and discussing life events in great detail. Maybe it makes you feel nostalgic for a time when you were younger and when your lives were different. Bail out, to rescue someone from a difficult situation, especially with money. At this point, we're so in the red, our only hope is to ask the bank to bail us out. Maria, you've done brilliant work getting information on their money troubles this past year and a half. We've really blocked their every path. Even the shady banks won't bail them out. Now they need a miracle to save their company. Or they let us buy them for a tiny fraction of what it would have cost 2 years ago. Mission accomplished. Shut up to increase quickly. Due to the new promotion, our sales have shot up. The share prices for our company shot up once we announced our new and improved state-of-the-art product. Shut up can also mean if someone shoots a gun many times in or around a building, leaving many bullet holes in the walls and property, we can describe it as having been shot up. Someone who takes drugs intravenously would also be described as having shot up. Rely on, put trust into, confidently depend on. The CEO was relying on the board to protect him. David, I can't believe how royally you have screwed this up. You said that I could rely on you. You said that you knew what you were doing. Deal with, to handle a problem. The last 3 shipments have been delivered late. It's unacceptable. Can you deal with this, please, Ryan? The representative from the baby bottle making company keeps calling and he says that he doesn't believe that you're still out of the office. Can you please just deal with him? Deal with can also mean to make a deal with someone, which means to negotiate terms with both parties trying to get what they want and compromising or giving concessions only where necessary, the end goal of which will be a contract of sorts benefiting both parties in some way. However, the term deal, to make a deal with someone, lends itself to meaning that one party may be in a very difficult position without another option and so must make a large concession to convince the other party to agree to the contract. Take off, to become successful, generally in sales. This product is our last chance. It has to take off, otherwise we're all out of a job. Your career is really taking off, Becky. You deserve everything that you're going to get, and you're going to get some very nice perks, so keep it up. Takeoff can also mean when a plane takes off, it is the moment the plane lifts up from the runway and into the sky. To take off your clothes would be to get undressed. Similarly, to take off makeup is to wipe it off. In parts of Britain, if someone takes off, it means they have run away. Let down, to be disappointed by something that didn't meet your requirements or expectations. I'm really let down by these first week numbers. This should have been a top seller. I know it wasn't entirely your fault. However, I'm really let down by your presentation. You 3 should have done much better. Let down can also mean to allow something to descend. For example, letting the dog down the stairs, the path, or the driveway. To let down a balloon means to deflate it, either by popping it or allowing the air from inside to go out. To let down your hair has 2 meanings. There's literally and figuratively. To literally let your hair down, you would start with your hair in a ponytail or in a high position, some form of updo. You then remove whatever is holding it in place, allow it to fall down frame your face naturally. To let your hair down figuratively means to have fun. Often it's used for someone that hasn't had fun in a long time or doesn't do it often. Go out and see your friends. Spend time doing something you enjoy. Let your hair down. This concludes my phrasal verbs related to business video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that you've learned something too. Thank you very much for supporting Learn with Lewis. Stay safe out there, everyone.